is Natalie Hernandez. I'm a senior attending the University of San Diego, studying political science and minoring in Spanish. I deserve the scholarship because I'm what you call a go-getter and a goal-setter. I value building relationships with others, which has contributed to my large network. I grew up in East Los Angeles to two Guatemalan parents who instilled in me hard work ethic and a strong sense in family value. My parents always encouraged me to seek the unknown, as they once did when they came here. While growing up, money played its role in my life. My parents always reminded me that it should not and would not deter me from going to college and seeking opportunities beyond that. So I did just that. My first year at the University of San Diego as a first-generation college student, I established and co-founded the Barrio Logan Outreach Initiative. Through much research and meetings with local community members, a group of students and myself decided to start an after-school mentorship program. We coach students about college admission process to minimize culture shock and introduce interactive lectures about cultural education and historical awareness. I deserve the scholarship because I'm very independent. That same year, I decided to study abroad in Guatemala by myself to connect with my roots. I decided to take on Spanish courses and research and analyze political corruption in Guatemala. I independently funded this trip myself. Also willing to let go of my ego and jump into an educational field I know little to nothing about, like business. My sophomore year, I joined a professional business fraternity called Alpha Kappa Psi, which is the premier developer of businessmen and women at one of the top business schools in the nation. This was by far one of the hardest educational and professional processes I've gone through. But despite this, I am now an expert at conducting mock interviews, presentations, can now publicly speak in front of over 50 people. I'm also not afraid to go beyond the classroom. Fall 2016, I was accepted to attend the University of Havana, Cuba. Here I learned how to expand my network with foreign businesses. I also learned how to creatively solve financial and cultural problems by applying familiar concepts to unfamiliar situations. I also learned to live with limited cell phone connection, which helped me fully immerse myself with the Cuban students, and I actively served in understanding a culture that I did not know about before. Served as a fellow for the Mulvaney Center for Community Action and Awareness Summer Fellowship. I analyzed key Oakland policy issues around economic and racial equity. I contributed to developing a homogeneous relationship between communities of faith and public officials. As fellows, we are also asked to live in community with previously homeless families and veterans. As a fellow, I also took it upon myself to pioneer the first Justice for People with Disabilities campaign. I am now working as a fellow at the New Americans Museum, where I'm getting a clear understanding about the nonprofit world and its relation with political offices. With this scholarship, I hope to encourage women and men alike that taking on an entrepreneur attitude on life is vital in the growth of one's character. If I chose to not take the risks I did in my life, I would not be where I am today. As Steve Jobs once said, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down and has made all the difference in my life.